naive is in some ways a denial of the darkness, like toxic positivity, as they say, or like an optimism that is untruthful, and hope can't be untruthful. Hope is an interesting virtue in that it is like, it's a waiting virtue. Like it is, hope by definition only exists when things are broken and when things are dark. And I think this is why in the Bible, in 1 Corinthians, Paul is writing and he says, these three remain: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. It's famous. You hear it at weddings a lot. So it's interesting, like, why is love the greatest there? And part of it is that Christians believe that it's what remains, that at some point, faith and hope will no longer be needed because Jesus in all his glory will come and set things right. That's what Christians believe. And so hope is one of these virtues in the meantime, waiting when things are broken, that we almost sort of when things are made right, we kind of grow out of. If you have like a heavy winter coat, you don't need it when springtime comes. And so like there's something about the darkness, about the coldness. That's the only situation that hope actually makes sense in, right? Hope is that the spiritual sense of our eye, of the same way that our pupils dilate to let in more light, to that nothing in the atmosphere changes, nothing in the situation changes. It's as dark as it was before. What changes is your ability to see the light, that you can take in more light than you even knew was there before. And I think in the same way, that hope is what does that spiritually. It's like the pupil dilation of our soul. The circumstances don't change, but our things change where we can notice light, or notice the possibility of change, or notice that redemption might come or is coming in ways that we didn't notice before. The difference between naivety and hope is that being naive is in some ways a denial of the darkness. It can be like toxic positivity, as they say, or like an optimism that is untruthful, and hope can't be untruthful. The only way we can actually have real hope and offer anyone else real hope is if we're just completely and frankly honest about how dark things really, really are. And it's only after we actually acknowledge that and face that darkness that we can then offer hope. Otherwise, it's just like window dressing, and it's not truthful. And so there's something about hope that actually kind of only shows up when things are sort of most bleak. And when they're kind of like beyond our control to fix, that's when hope gets its wings, really.